Today we're here for Content Marketing Institute and Marketing Prof's B2C Research Roundtable.
One new question that we asked this year in the research was if organizations are creating more or less content than compared to a year ago. And 72% of B2C respondents indicated they are creating more. Does that scare you? Do you think this is a positive trend? We always hear about quantity and quality.
I think it was Sturgeon. I don't know what it. Theodore Sturgeon. He was a science fiction writer in the '60s, and he said 90% of everything is crap. So I think we are seeing all the boats rise with the tide. So you're getting more content, which means more crap, and then still more really good content. So is there more? I think there's definitely more. But I think you're seeing the equivalent junk rise up and the cream of the crop rise up as well. I think it's inevitable.
Well, I'm just curious if it's more, is it more content on the same channels, or because there's more channels, is it just more
I
content?
think it's more of everything.
Yeah, I would say it's both. I mean, for one, I think we've started reclassifying a lot of the stuff that we do as content, so that which we wouldn't have called content before, now we do.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more stuff that we can make to distribute, but reach is declining, and so it is, 72% more for 72% less reach.
I think more companies that weren't creating any content last year are creating content this year, which is more than last year, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
So I don't know if there's actually more content overall being created. I think we are in this kind of information overload age where we are just inundated with more and more content every single day. My hope is that we start focusing on less content, bigger success, and higher quality content over just high quantity.
Yeah. So the gut says it's a good thing. I think the industry's going to have to go through a more before we get to more better.
A lot of people think we're sort of in the middle of content marketing. We're just, I think, at the beginning, because it's being adopted more, it's just going to continue to grow.
Okay, so we're definitely seeing more content. I think the question is, what's driving that? Is there a plan? Is there a strategy?
No.
And when we looked at the research, only 39% of B2C marketers have a documented content strategy. That's kind of alarming when we see an increase in content and not much of a strategy behind it.
Alarming, but not surprising.
Yeah.
Yes, you're totally right, because the other data point was that something like 67% of companies don't have someone running don't have a person, running it. So I think or they have a person running, but no strategy. Does that make sense?
And what are they running?
Yeah, so what are they running if they don't have a strategy? So I think it's a pretty dismal number. It should be 60-70% of the people have someone running the digital content or the content strategy, and 67% of them have a strategy.
I think there's still a lack of information, a lack of understanding on why I need a content strategy, because you can't define what content is. I know what I need. I need a media strategy. I need a digital strategy. I need a brand strategy. But at the end of the day, content's all part of that.
Right.
I think the industry is struggling to. I think you're right. I think we're in a nascent period, and I think we're starting to grow and understand where people are throwing a word and going, yeah, I do that. You're seeing a lot of people, and then with the term becoming popular, just putting on LinkedIn or their Twitter feed, I'm a content strategist.
I was just going to say, I think where most brands are failing is that they go to the how and where, because that's sexy and fun.
Right.
And I think without identifying those questions, why, who, and what, they jump right to how and where, and they don't even measure. Don't get me started.
In my experience and what we've seen with a lot of different brands, a lot of different complex organizations, is the why and the what are hard to come by. It's hard to sell the why and the what.
Yeah.
It's easy to sell the how and the where.
Oh, yeah.
And oftentimes what happens, and it's not a bad thing, that you kind of get to the how and the where very quickly, because the how and the where is how you're going to understand the why and the what. Unfortunately, it's just the way content marketing is sort of evolving in many organizations.
Let me just throw this into the conversation, because I often hear content strategy to defining just editorial strategy,
Right.
and they
Yeah,
jump
that's
straight
wrong.
to the editorial.
Copywriting
All of
strategy,
that, the why
Right.
and the auditing and understanding
Yes.
is missing.
I'm willing to bet that 39% of people that don't have a documented strategy also don't have an internal champion.
As we're talking about content strategy and part of the definition, that audit that you mentioned, Buddy, you know, yes, I love when I hear, oh, we have a content audit, and then you see it, and it's just number of videos, number of articles.
All the
They're
time.
not digging into what is that message, is it relevant, is it working?
What is the content?
So that's somewhere where I'd like us to focus. It's not just documenting the content strategy, but it's really why, what do we have, what do our competitors have?